Hello YouTube, my name is DJ Sick Rick, and today I'm doing my very first YouTube video. So what did I decide to do my first video on? I'm doing a review of the Sony PlayStation wireless stereo headset. But before I actually get down to the review, let me kind of just take a minute, introduce myself, and explain why I believe I'm perfect to do this review. Because outside of my gaming life, I am a DJ. I'm always doing mixtapes, I'm in the clubs, always have my ears in headphones. So I think I know a thing or two when it comes to them. I'm always looking for comfort, the best sounds, the best kind of bass. With these right here, let's just give it the overall look first before we get down to the sound. As you can see, this is what they look like when they're sitting on top of my head. Not a fashion statement. Personally, I think they're pretty cool. The microphone always sits to your left. In or out makes no difference when it comes to the volume. My friends, when I speak to them, notice no difference whether it's in or out. The microphone itself, kind of a con. When it's out, it is kind of flimsy. I'm not a fan of that. That's why I keep it in. Like I said, it makes no difference whether it's in or out. It has two basic volume controls, with the third additional for your gaming experience, and I'll explain that in a second. In the back of the headphones, on the left pad in the back, this is your basic volume, minimum, maximum, and that's your master volume control for everything. To turn on the headset, this whole left pad at the very top, you just push it in for 2 seconds, and it turns on. As you can see, it's on. Hold it down for 2 seconds, turns it off. When it's on, turn it on again. When you're on the game, to mute your microphone, you just push this in 1 second, and it mutes. You're not going to hear it now, obviously, because we're not on the game. To check your battery, there's two tricks. You also get this status bar on your TV screen, so you can see it. To trigger that, like all you have to do is do the volume real quick, like put it down, put it up, and your status bar comes up, and it shows a basic 3-bar thing, shows you how much battery life you have left. Or you could just do this, tap this for 2 seconds, and this thing blinks based on how many battery life you have. It's based on 3 bars, so let's see how much. Okay, blink twice, so which means I have 2 bars left. Say the con that I have about this, sometimes games the volume could be a little jarring, and I turn it down a little bit when I'm on the game, and I constantly get this bar. If I'm trying to aim at an enemy that's in that area that I'm turning it down, sometimes the little status bar gets in my way. But it's just same as any one of your friends logging on or off the game, so it doesn't really bug me much. So take it for what it's worth. To connect this to your PlayStation is really easy. If you blink, you'll miss it. So what you do is you take this dangle, this USB drive, and plug it into one of the USB ports in your PlayStation. I have 4 on my PlayStation, so it's not really taking up any room. So I'm going to plug that into it right now, in one of the USB ports, and like I said, to activate it, if you blink, you'll miss it. Turning it on right now, and that's it. I'm connected. No wires. I had Turtle Beaches before I had these, and actually how I stumbled on these was I had a pair of Turtle Beaches. I had the $140 pair. I picked them up at Best Buy. Wasn't a fan of them. I think they were a factory defect because I wasn't feeling the sound. I don't like the cracking of the speakers, so I went to go return them and get an exchange, and stumbled on these on accident. And I saw they were wireless and they were by Sony, and I figured, why not? You have wireless controllers, get a wireless headset, stay connected to the game without apps, and actually be connected. So if you had wireless, or if you've seen other headphones like the Tritons, the Turtle Beaches, it gets to be a little mess when you have to connect all the wires. This one, like I said, it's just one USB drive. The con with it though is if you're running on a Wi-Fi connection, it does interrupt your Wi-Fi a little bit. I'm running on Wi-Fi myself. I'm not hardwired to my PlayStation, so my experience with it is not bad at all. I'll get it every once in so often, and like Like it just, my headphones would turn off, and I picked up on it. Like, well, I'll give you guys a little tip because I picked up on my habits. If I'm at a main menu of the screen at a game and I'm jumping on the multiplayer and the game's loading, I'll just turn my headphones off and I'll make it load faster. Or if my game starts to lag, I'll just turn it off for a second and let the game catch up and turn it back on. I just noticed myself doing that. It's not like I have to do that. I just noticed myself picking up on, it's a little tip I picked up on doing little habits. See what else. The sound difference between this, movies, and games. Like I said, you have an additional button at the top. It's a virtual surround sound, and basically when this button's on, it only works for the video games, so your Sony PlayStation video games. So when it's on, you turn this button on, and basically what it does, it feels like you have 7 speakers all around your ear. And the difference between movies and games, like I said, if I'm playing a game like Uncharted 3, I could hear an enemy that's behind me, an enemy that's to my right behind me. I know if they're in front of me because it just feels like they're there. And a game like Uncharted really used all of Sony's technology and try to get the best sounds. Whereas in a different game, kind of like Assassin's Creed Revelations, that game don't really need the surround sound on that one. I'll play the game, and I'd rather hear my friends speak. I'd rather hear their microphones more than hear the game. It's just basically how we play the game and more strategy. So what I basically do is I'll use the front volume and I'll turn their mic up a little bit and just have the background game like a little low. I'd rather hear them more. Usually I just keep it up like this. The wear time on these, you could have these on all day and they won't bug you. Like I said, I have an earring in my ear, and a lot of times headphones, they could be a little bug, or they'll push down the ear. These ones, they built for comfort. Like I said, overextended pad that sits on your ear. It doesn't sit on top of your ear. What it does, your ear sits inside the speaker, so it sits in this big pad. It's very comfortable. Let's just sit like that. And what can I say about these? Yeah, they're oversized. They sit around the ear. But the bad thing about that is the con is when they're on top of your ear and you have the volume turned all the way up, it eliminates any background noise, so you can't hear anything that goes on around you, which could be a plus or a con. So take it for what that's worth. I could have someone talking to me, or my phone could be going off. I'm like, I didn't hear. I have my headphones on. You could also be speaking too loudly, because like I said, this thing has a microphone, so you're going to be using this and you're going to be speaking. Because you can't hear yourself speak, you're going to be speaking a little too loudly sometimes. So, like I said, that's a con, so take it for what it's worth. My overall review, before I actually get down to the overall review, let me tell you about the battery life and also give you guys a little tip. The battery life on these lasts about all day. So you could be playing the game and it would last all night. They're not as great as your PlayStation controllers. PlayStation controller usually will stay powered for a whole week, depending on how long you play your games. How you charge these on the back, on the left side on the back. You use the same exact USB drive you would for your PlayStation controllers, and you just plug this USB thing in there. Here's, like I said, a little tip. You can't do these with the Sony PlayStation controllers, but you can do these with these. Your PlayStation doesn't have to be on to charge your controller. You could just use any kind of cell phone dock that has a USB drive, and you just plug it into your wall and it charges. So that's a plus, that you could wall charge these. So even though they don't have the same amount of battery life, like I said, your PlayStation doesn't have to be on, so I think that's a plus. Now, basically my overall review of these, I would give them about a 4 out of 5. Not a bad review at all. Like I said, I had other headphones, and I see no difference in these or the Tritons, the $200 pair of Tritons. I'll be honest and tell you what you're really paying for. You're paying for the flash of it. The Tritons, they have the headphones that come off. These ones, obviously, what you see is what you get. They're built kind of cheaply. Like I said, they're plastic. They come with a $99 price tag. Not, which isn't asking for enough. I think they're worth it for $99. I don't think Tritons are worth what they're charging. Really, what you're paying for is all the extra accessories that need to come with it. You need all these extra cables, all these extra plugs for it. And like I said, if you've seen these based on these, it becomes a mess. I prefer these over the Tritons or the Turtle Beaches any day. Age-wise, what I think they're perfect for, I'd say anyone 12 and up. I don't think they're good for kids. I let my friend's son try them on, and he was playing Infamous 2, Blood of the Lust. I don't know if it's because the monsters on the game, the vampires, but he wasn't really feeling the headphones too much. He had them on for a little bit, and then he's like, "Can we turn them off?" He don't want them, so I don't think they're really for kids. So any parents out there thinking about getting these for your kids, wait till they're 12. I'd say 12 and up. I don't think it's really for the kids. Other than that, I don't think I could really think of anything else right now to say. So basically, my overall review, 4 out of 5. I think they're perfect. Birthday coming up. I know Christmas just passed. A lot of times people, around this time before the New Year's, people go and do returns. Maybe if you're thinking about returning something that you didn't like, picking up a pair of these headphones. Like I said, I had these for a while now. I had these ever since November. So I've picked up on little tricks and found out little tips for you guys. So if you like these, pick them up. If not, hey, not going to hurt my feelings. I'll get no money out of it. So hope this review was helpful. Please subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that dislike button. Let me know what you guys think. Leave comments below. Peace out.